Let's bring in Emily Wilkins for the latest. Emily, what's the scuttlebutt this weekend?
Well, Kelly, we are back here again. The temporary funding measures that Congress passed at the end of September are going to run out next Friday night, and lawmakers have left D.C. for this long weekend without a final plan. In the House, Speaker Mike Johnson is facing his first big test in leadership. He's considering several ideas, such like adding items like Israel aid or border security to a bill, and potentially breaking the one funding bill up into two parts to pressure Congress to pass more long-term bills. But that two-part plan lacks support in the Senate. We are expecting to learn a little bit more this weekend about what that plan will actually look like. And then over in the Senate, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer made it clear yesterday that any stopgap measure that goes through must be bipartisan.
No matter how negotiations evolve over the next week, one thing is not going to change. The only way, let me say it a third time, the only way we avoid a shutdown is with bipartisan cooperation.
Schumer has started the process of the Senate passing its own stopgap measure, which will likely be a straightforward bill to continue funding into probably December with no additional attachments or cuts. Now, we are expecting both Johnson and Schumer, again, releasing their final plans soon. But once that happens, there is still a long way to getting to a compromise that can avert a shutdown. Guys, it is very much a possibility that come this time next week, we could be facing the government running out of funding.
All right, Emily, thank you very much. Emily Wilkins.
And for more reaction to a looming shutdown, let's welcome in Brian Gardner. He's Chief Washington Policy Strategist at Stifel. Brian, what should next week look like?
Deja vu of the end of September. It feels like we were just here a couple of weeks ago. So I think they're going to kind of feel their way through, especially in the House. As Emily described, you have these two different approaches. One, this laddered CR, continuing resolution, kind of a newfangled mechanism that some lawmakers have come up with. And I think the speaker is going to try and push that because it placates the right wing of the Republicans, but it's not going to pass. And so I think you probably see a situation where you give the conservatives, some room to breathe. And when their approach fails, then I think probably the House reverts back to some kind of regular CR, just a clean CR, maybe some supplemental funding for Israel and Ukraine on board. That's a separate matter. But I think at the end of the day, they revert back to this clean CR that gets them probably into 2024. Just a question for one, how long? And two, does the government shut down and for how long? And I think the odds of a shutdown are rising. I would have put them quite low a few weeks ago because I thought Congress wanted to avoid this altogether. But it does seem that, the odds of a shutdown are rising. But I don't think it's going to be a particularly long shutdown.
So it was this entanglement, let me put it that way, that really brought down Speaker McCarthy, I guess, effectively. What is the risk for the new speaker in all of this?
So Mike Johnson is one of the conservatives. The conservatives never saw Kevin McCarthy as one of theirs. So I think Johnson has, one, a political honeymoon just because he's new to the speakership, and two, he has a little bit more credibility, for lack of a better term, among the conservatives. So I think he's safe for now, but the underlying dynamics, the fractured House Republican Party, remains in effect. Moderates and conservatives have very different views of where to go on politics and policy. And it's not easy with a 4-vote majority for Johnson to unite both those factions. So, the underlying dynamic hasn't changed, but I think Speaker Johnson has a little bit more flexibility than Speaker McCarthy has.
As you point out, maybe a little honeymoon benefit there as well.